Action Sports Jax Friday Night Blitz. Sponsored by Whataburger, just like you like it.
Well, the Rains Vikings representing Duval County down in the 305, our lone local team to make a run to the latest FHSAA state championship site. Hello and welcome to a special edition of the show. It's our annual Blitzies. We take a look back at the best of the best on the Friday Night Blitz throughout the season. High school football, always one of our favorite things to cover here in Northeast Florida and Southeast Georgia, and certainly never disappoints in terms of excitement. As we look back at some of the big storylines from this year, for me, one thing that really stands out is just how deep the competition was down in St. Johns County. Week in, week out, we had great matchups, and the Nice Panthers proved to be kings of the county by playing and beating all their neighbors throughout the course of the season. I was also really impressed by a couple young teams that grew up before our eyes. We know all about the storied histories that UC and Trinity Christian. Well, both of those groups overachieving this year with young rosters eventually meeting in the regional final. And of course, we spotlight the Rains Vikings for the first time. State championship games being held at Pit Bull Stadium. Yes, Pit Bull Stadium on the campus of FIU in Miami. And the home field advantage certainly paid off for all those Miami teams getting to play in their backyard. That, well, and the fact that they're really good. Vikings run into a buzzsaw in Miami Northwestern. Never able to get their footing in that game against the Bulls. Still, a great run for the Vikes, and Coach Donovan Maslin spoke on it after the finish.
You know, they got to keep our head held high. You know, we got to take it on the chin. You know, we put ourselves in this situation. We just got to play better. To the seniors, I want to thank them for the foundation that they laid this past season. And then for the younger guys coming back, just got to work harder, get better on both sides of the ball, get better individually, and, you know, get ready for next year.
It should come as no surprise that we go with the Rains Vikings as our team of the year. Victories in the regular season over Bowles, Trinity, Mainland, Riverside, and Creekside. All of those are playoff teams, and even a few district champs in there as well. Then they go 4-0 at the Graveyard in the postseason with some pretty lopsided victories to get it started. Vikings averaging over 42 points a game this season, and they are our team of the year. One thing's for sure, every year we're going to see some fantastic playmaking on the Friday Night Blitz, from long touchdowns to defensive scores and really everything in between. You name it, we saw it this year. Let's bring in Action Sports Jax Marcel Robinson. He spent all year on the sidelines, keeping an eye on the top plays each week. He now showcases the best of the best.
Our area is known for having some big-time playmakers. You know what playmakers do? They make plays. After all, it's in the name. We've had so many big plays made over the course of the season, and I've got the difficult task of narrowing them down to the top 5 plays. So, without any further ado, let's run it. Play number 5 takes us to Main Street. Reball against Jackson. Jaden Morgan pass is nearly picked off. It goes off the fingertips of a defender, but Jeremiah Thomas knows what to do. This is why they tell you to play to and through the whistle. Defender does everything right but catch the ball. Receiving in is the wide receiver. Touchdown, Trojans. Renewed rivalry in the number 4 slot, Rains and Bowles. Vikings going for the field goal to tie it up, but it's blocked. Simeon Caldwell gets his hands on the ball. Bulldogs get a favorable bounce, and it's scooped up by Jalen Ross. He takes it 80 yards to the crib. Rains does get the last laugh in the end, but a heck of a play for the home team. Number 3, let's go back to week 11 at the Corral for this one. St. Aug facing Mandarin. Handoff, Trendell Anderson. Heat 1. 2 victims, 3, 4. You got to wrap up, guys. Wrap him up. He takes this one to the house. Will not be denied. St. Augustine wins in their season finale. Number 2 takes us to Providence. Watch this. Noah Johnson. He's going to catch the ball over the middle from Mason Williams, and he's just going to roll right off the big hit, but he wasn't done. He's going to take this. This is his second touchdown of the night. Juke defender 1, Juke defender 2 coming up because he's got reservations for 6. Will not be denied. Got to look at this one more time. This is maximum effort. It's a great play by the defender. He does everything except for what? Wrap up. Defender just bounces off like a pinball. Roll right on off there like a Pillsbury Doughboy, and he's gone for the touchdown. Big play and a big win for the Stallions. And why not bring it back to our top team for our top play? Rains at home in the second round of the playoffs. Field goal, Jonathan Downer-Barrett picks it up, laterals it to Eddie Hinton, who then throws it to Jayon Simon. Now, this says that it was a lateral. I'm not sold. I think this is miscommunication. But hey, if I'm coach Donovan Maslin, I'll trade 6 for 3. Why not? Obviously, Reigns goes on to win the game. Big play for the Vikings. They made so many big plays this season. That's why they're our top play for our top team. So many plays made over the course of the season. It happens year in and year out. That's because we have some of the top playmakers in the entire country. And as I said before, playmakers make plays. That's going to do it for me from the top play. Stuart, let's go back to you.
Thank you, Marcel. And wow, what a year we had on our Game of the Week. You're looking at our schedule from the Game of the Week, including, I really enjoyed this one. So Barcher Trail in Ware County, that was a week where everybody was canceling due to storms coming into Northeast Florida. Well, they went up to Waycross, and we had a chance to carry that full game live on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. That was a whole lot of fun. But we had some terrific finishes throughout the course of the season. We're going to get into Nice and St. Augustine in a second. How about the Surf and Turf Bowl? You got Fernandina Yulee. It was just a great year with great rivalry games all across the board when it comes to high school football here in town. So I mentioned Action Sports Jax 24/7. Well, this year we expanded our coverage, and while we may only have one game listed here for each of the weeks, this year we did something different with 4, 5, 6 games of the week. Really, if you think about it, by highlighting the best plays from the best games and taking live looks in all across the area, all throughout the course of the evening. How about some top moments from our Zone Blitz coverage this year on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network?
Well, there's a look at the games we do have on this rainy Friday night. Heck of a game, Weber. You called it along with Sully.
I've been lucky enough to coach some really good running backs.
By this time, everybody should know what they can and can't do offensively, and I think we got a big turnover in the Atlantic Coast game.
And here we go. Looks like Foreman is going to get it. And he's going to throw it up to Gelsey. Why not? And Gelsey, the Florida commit, is able to win the battle. Here go the Toros with about a minute and a half to play. They blocked it. Beachside able to get some mitts on it, and they've got the football.
4th down. We're pushing.
Oh,
Nothing
did he
there.
Get in? He might not have got in.
Oh, did he reach out?
Did
he get it?
They get it. What a stand.
Nice just scored to make it 28-21. They trailed 21-0 in the game at one point. And now an onside kick.
Onside?
And a chance. Did Spencer get it? He got it. He ripped it away from him. Wow, what a play by Maddox Spencer. And now St. Augustine has to get their defense.
Good stuff. That was just one of many moments made in that Nice St. Augustine game, and that makes it our game of the year. Yellow Jackets' only loss of the regular season came against the Panthers, who went unbeaten in the regular season. Not only did Nice come back from a huge deficit, but the game would go to overtime, providing a fantastic finish and a huge win for the Panthers over their rivals. Game of the year type stuff, and a big congrats to Coach Colin Drafts and his team on the win. Stay with it, by the way. This was the play that sealed the deal as the defense for Nice came up and the players got the chance to celebrate after stopping that 2-point conversion that would have kept that game going in overtime. You got backflips, you got coaches getting knocked over. That's a game of the year, folks. And what a time it was for the Nice Panthers. Having helped put together our all-prep top 25 team this year, I can tell you it is very difficult trimming that list down to just 25 guys each and every year. More on that list in a little bit. But now we bring in Action Sports Jax Olivia Tasley. She's here to highlight a handful of the local guys who put pen to paper earlier this month and are headed to the next level.
It's amazing how much talent from Northeast Florida makes its way to big-time college football each and every year. And 2024 is no different. This is just a portion of the talent who signed early just a couple weeks ago. Let's start over here at Reigns. Lots of talk about the Vikings so far in the show, and with good reason. We spotlight a couple of the big guys in the trenches. On the offensive side, Solomon Thomas headed to LSU. His defensive counterpart in Jayon Simon is bound for Rutgers. And then when it comes to pass catchers, well, this area is loaded with guys who know how to haul it in. Camden County's Elias Williams going to Athens. Then you have Jamie French headed to Austin. And Tayshawn Gelsey, he is going to Tallahassee. And don't forget about Chase Collier and Miles Kendrick, who recently signed with Baylor and Indiana, respectively. The players tasked with guarding them have some big future plans as well. Caleb Singleton will go to Syracuse, Drake Stubbs, a Florida Gator, and Joshua Patterson, the latest of the Patterson clan, to go D1. He joins Iowa State. And you know we have to mention the quarterbacks. Tramel Jones with the late flip to the Gators. Sean Ashenfelder, he will keep the same colors and mascot, going from Creekside to Rutgers. And of course, you know I have to wrap this up with a USF Bull, Lachlan Hewlett, going to Tampa to lead my alma mater to greatness. For Action Sports Jacks, I'm Olivia Tasley.
Thank you, Liv. Still to come, we go behind the headset and honor some of the top coaches across the area and one legend who hangs up the whistle. Stay with us.
Burgers or breakfast, you can get it all at Whataburger. Try something new on the menu or an all-time favorite like the Whataburger Patty Melt.
And now you can have breakfast here at Whataburger 12 hours a day, 11 p.m. until 11 a.m. Menu items like the bacon taquito, sausage taquito, honey butter chicken biscuit. Whether you work the late night shift, just want a snack early in the morning to get your day started, or a little pick-me-up late in the morning, 12 hours a day, breakfast served, 11 p.m. until 11 a.m.
A dozen locations in Jacksonville. You can order pickup or delivery and download the Whataburger app. New rewards members get free Whataburger items when placing their first online order. Just download the app. And for us coffee drinkers, Whataburger has all new hot coffee and iced coffee too. Satisfy that coffee craving at Whataburger 24/7, and it comes in a variety of flavors. Burgers, breakfast, coffee, and so much more. Whataburger, just like you like it.
When you think sports, you think Action Sports Jacks, the official station of the Jaguars, on location for every game. But the most experienced team in town doesn't stop there. From high school football to the big events in the area, Action Sports Jacks is always on. Now, we take that to a new level. Action Sports Jacks 24/7 is around-the-clock coverage of the teams you love and the moments you can't miss. The best local sports in Jacksonville on Action Sports Jacks 24/7.
This is Action Sports Jacks Friday Night Blitz, sponsored by Whataburger, just like you like it.
All of us do now is grab that helmet with that spear and put it on our head and run out. And when my best is required, I show them exactly who we are.
Think about what it's going to feel like tonight when you win that game after this. When all these people, this town is shut down for you guys.
We're going to get after that tail all night. They're going to learn about the Providence way. We do not back down. This is not Providence from 4 or 5 years ago. This is a different team. It's a different culture. It's a different environment.
We want to practice on Monday. Understand? Yes, sir. Okay? We've talked about this all week. All right? So the only thing you have to do is take care of the little things.
The teams that are best at the simple things are the best teams to be a part of and the most successful teams.
Go out there and have a blast. Let's show them how we do things in the Berg. Let's go.
All you got to do is get the snap and take a knee, and your boys are 9-0, undefeated, best team in the state.
Big thank you to all the area coaches for letting us peek behind the curtain each week as they get their guys ready for Friday night. Action Sports Jacks Brent Martineau joins the program now to spotlight our area coaches, including one very worthy of some recognition.
They don't get paid enough, but we really do have some fantastic coaches in the area leading young men on Friday nights. What a season it was for some of them, and what a career it was for one of them. Let's show you some of the coaches on our wall that says it all. That one coach of the week throughout the season from the Bowles School, and Matt Toblin and Colin Drafts. What a year he had. Easily could be our coach of the year. Beachside, another terrific season. How about Fleming Island and Coach Chipoletti? He came in during training camp, and they did a heck of a job throughout the fall. From Providence and other schools like Bradford as well. And don't forget about Rains and Donovan Maslin. You've got so many different coaches doing a fantastic job. But our Coach of the Year didn't earn it for the 2024 season necessarily. Instead, he earned it for the last 40-plus seasons on the sideline. And that was at First Coast High School, Mr. Marty Lee.
Started coaching at Andrew Jackson. Young man right here running around on the field, Richard Kincaid.
Yes, yes.
Didn't know what it'd lead to, and now he's a great, outstanding high school football coach.
I appreciate it, Coach. I had good training now.
Yeah, well, I hope so.
Yeah, it's a bit of a Lifetime Achievement Award, and apologies to the coaches on the list that had fantastic seasons, but we heard so much about the impact that Marty Lee had on this game in our area that we thought it was right to recognize him for all his decades of work.
Well, I appreciate it. It's a good honor for my school and for all the kids and coaches that have worked with me in the past, and I'm very humbled and just proud for my school.
I always love when I talk to you about these types of honors, because you've been doing this for quite a long time, but it's always about those that have helped you come through the journey. This isn't a Marty Lee Award, this is a Marty Lee and Company Award.
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, as we say, it takes a village to raise an athlete. It takes a village to be Coach of the Year. I got to thank my kids and my wife Natalie and my administration and all the coaches and all the hard work they put in. I have a lot of coaches that do the weight training in the off season, and without all those guys, we can't be successful.
For as long as you've been coaching, obviously you've done a lot of things. Something's wrong, something's right, but to be awarded in this manner goes to show you that the majority of things you've done in your career, you've done it the right way, and that's got to be the best part, right?
Yes, I appreciate that. My mom always told me to be humble and stay forward and work hard, and I'm very proud of this honor for my family, and I'm normally at a loss of words, but I'm very honored, that's for sure. I'm very proud.
A big congratulations to Marty Lee, and thank you, Marty Lee, for making an impact on Jacksonville and on so many young people who have grown up to do big things as well. He will now have a chance to be considered for the NFL's Don Shula High School Coach of the Year Award. Each NFL team nominates a coach, and Marty Lee is that nominee for the Jacksonville Jaguars here in 2024. In the studio, I'm Brent Martineau, Action Sports Jax.
The Smart Play of the Week is brought to you by the FSCJ Manta Rays.
Well, it's outside our viewing area, but the smart play this week goes to Teddy Bridgewater. First year as a high school head coach, first state championship, leading his alma mater to the title. But the smart move, jumping back into the NFL game into December with the Detroit Lions. Heck, he might end this year with another ring in just a few short months. Of course, each and every Saturday and Sunday, Action Sports Jax Primetime, brought to you by Larry's Giant Subs, brings you all the big news when it comes to local sports, like Fred Taylor being one of 15 finalists for the Hall of Fame. How about former Mandarin grad, a player who made many appearances on the Friday Night Blitz, Carson Beck, officially declaring for the NFL Draft, and another former Mustang, Demario Douglas, with a huge Saturday touchdown for the New England Patriots. You can catch all those things on Action Sports Jax Primetime each and every Saturday and Sunday year-round, 10:30 on Fox 30, 11:30 on CBS 47. Still to come, we wrap up this high school football wrap-up with a chance to honor the best of the best. Our Action Sports Jax Jaguars Prep all-prep team, including our Player of the Year. That's coming up. Stay with us. People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From the start in 1954 to today, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. I had a chance to see that commitment firsthand as Alive partnered with our Action Sports Jax 24/7 team to bring you Armada men's and women's soccer broadcasts. Inside the 18, it is a shot, and it's a goal! Chloe Chivers. And that connection to the community continues with Alive Credit Union's support of the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of all first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
This is Action Sports Jax Friday Night Blitz, sponsored by Whataburger, just like you like it.
Always learning, always improving, always getting a little bit better. That's what's going to set you up for success in the long run.
Appreciate Paul Poslusny, the Jags great take and partner celebration of the All-Prep Top 25 team earlier this month. Welcome back to the Blitzies as we put a bow on another fall of great performances on the field each Friday night. And we finish up the show with a nod to the best of the best from around the area. And a huge thank you to our biggest partner each fall, the Jacksonville Jaguars and Jaguars Prep, who rolled out the red carpet for the All-Prep Top 25 team. And how about this? A chance to walk out of the tunnel at Everbank Stadium, a spot in the team locker room for the night, plenty of swag, and the chance to mingle with Puz and the best Jaguar this season, and rookie Brian Thomas Jr. Each and every year, it feels like the Jags prep team elevates the experience for local high schoolers from the fall media day to start the season to this celebration to end it. Here's a look at your full all-prep top 25 team. We mentioned quite a few of them earlier in the show as college signings. How about some love for some running backs? Arthur Lewis IV, Deuce Foy over at Oakley, Bryant Case from Ponte Vedra. One guy who might be back on this team next year, Naeem Burrows out of Bowles, as well as Simeon Caldwell, both underclassmen. We had the chance to honor Kenyon Gardner from Paxton for his all-purpose efforts this year, and Tavion Lawson from Jackson, who was featured on our Committed to the Uncommitted program this fall. So many great stories on this top 25, but only one can be Player of the Year.
Let's give a big round of applause for Timothy Cole II.
If you watched our Friday Night Blitz this year, you heard the name TJ Cole on many occasions because the Reigns quarterback was making plays each and every week. It takes a lot for us to name a junior as our Player of the Year. It's the first time this has happened on the Blitzies, but it was impossible to overlook some of the stats throughout the year. Try this on for size. With the exception of the state championship game, Cole threw for multiple touchdowns each and every week throughout the season. 43 on the year through the air and only 6 interceptions in the regular season. He added 9 more touchdowns on the ground, and heck, he even caught a touchdown at one point this year. Action Sports Jack's Marcel Robinson had a chance to catch up with Cole and talk about his big season.
It was a surprise, a good season that we just had. I had a good season myself, so it was definitely a surprise coming from the Jaguars Foundation. So it's a blessing.
Talk to me a little bit more about what that means to be recognized. Obviously, football is a team sport, but you led your team all the way to the state championship game. To talk about what it's like to be recognized as one of the top guys, especially being just a junior.
Yeah, like I said, it's just a blessing, many more to come, many more blessings to come, and it's just great achievement, all glory to God, So just the work I've put in over the off season, the work that I've put in during the spring, coming off an injury, coming off a surgery of my torn labrum, so I had to come back 10 times better,
I'm not sure if you know this or not, but you're the first junior to win this award. It's not necessarily a senior award, but typically it goes to seniors. You're the first junior. What does that mean?
It means a lot, just showing my leadership, my maturity that I've came in with at Reigns. So, like I said, it's just an honor, being the first junior to do it. It's crazy.
Last one for you. You're the Player of the Year, but you're the Player of the Year, and you're in the midst of all these guys that are the superstars. You know what the talent is like here in Jacksonville. What does it mean to be named on just this team in general with so many guys that, one, are going to the next level, and two, have made so many plays over the course of their years here?
Yeah, facts, man. Being on this team with guys like Jamie French, guys like Solomon Thomas, guys like Naeem Burrows, just some top-tier guys, Joshua Patterson, Tayshaun Gelsey, it means a lot.
Hey, you want some more names to look out for next year and beyond? How about Bryson Wright? He is already a star at Mandarin. After just his freshman season, we will be saying his name a lot the next few years. Corbin Fordham committed to play at Ohio State, talented Bulls tight end. And speaking of tight ends, not sure if he'll play tight end in college, but Brunswick's Heezy Kent is a behemoth. He's got offers from nearly every major college football program, so it'll be fun to see where he ends up as he comes back for another year up there in Southeast Georgia. We are just about done here, but we do want to remind you that all of our zone blitzes and Friday night blitzes from throughout the season are up on the Action Sports Jacks YouTube page, and we'll throw this show up there as well for good measure in case you missed the beginning of the show or the middle of the show or even right now at the end of the show. Although if you missed the end of the show with me saying this right now, you won't know that it's on YouTube because I'm telling you right now. All right, that's how we do things. It's the Blitzies, and it's done. Thank you so much for joining us once again as we wrap up another great season. Can't wait for next fall, all the big plays, all the highlights. Will be a lot of fun to see how we expand that coverage even more next year with the Zone Blitz. Stay tuned for that. We'll see how it all comes together. We leave you now with some of the best bands from throughout the area as we do each and every show. Thank you so much for watching the Blitzies 2024.
Action Sports Jack's Friday Night Blitz, sponsored by Whataburger, just like you like it.
Baker Sports is local sports. Uniforms from Pop Warner and Little League to travel ball, high school, and college. They make you look good. They help you play good.
Baker Sports has been helping families make memories that will last a lifetime with their Baker's Buckets. We've got a lot of these filled with baseballs and softballs in the garage. I've been throwing batting practice to Ty and Kaylee for years, and also sit on the Baker's Bucket, catching Kaylee while she practices her pitching. Baker Sports is homegrown, and a lot of employees that used to play on local ball fields now work for Baker Sports, now helping you look good, play good, and make memories of your own. Visit Bakersport.com to see what Baker Sports can do for you. Custom apparel, Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, embroidery, screen printing, and more. Baker Sports is local sports from Jacksonville to anywhere in the Southeast. Bakersport.com. Get local sports on demand with Action Sports Shacks 24/7. All sports, all local, all the time. From the locker room to the field, the Jacks, high school football, the Jacksonville Armada, and don't forget the Brett and Austin Show. They're all in on Trevor. Of course. Download the Action News Jacks Now app, available wherever you stream or at actionnewsjacks.com. TV, phone, laptop, desktop. Action Sports Shacks 24/7. Jacksonville sports, all the time.